Hi everybody and welcome to your review of the week. This is the segment where we are putting together sports stories, news articles and of course your property statistics for Stafford area. So this is what we've got coming up in the next 10-15 minutes. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and to all those mothers out there and those that aren't around anymore, hope you all celebrated Mother's Day in the way that you wanted to. So let's just get straight into it. We're going to kick off with the sports results. There may be some spoilers in here if you haven't seen it already, but hopefully there shouldn't be. So Man United beat Fulham over the weekend to reach the FA Cup semi-finals. So they did that was it yesterday? I think it was, because Fulham went down to 9 men. Crazy scenes in kind of the space of 2 minutes, which they just imploded because they were 1-0 up. So what a shame that was for them. Arsenal, of course, have extended their lead at the top of the Premier League. So it's looking like it's going to be a really close race to the finish to see who wins the Premier League title, which is brilliant. It's great for the sport and great if you're a neutral. Sergio Perez won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix yesterday. Max Verstappen came from 15th up to 2nd. Safety car helped him close the gap and managed to finish 1-2 for Red Bull. Fernando Alonso finished in 3rd, then was demoted to 4th, then promoted back to 3rd again because there was some infringement with the jack when he had a penalty to serve in the pits, but they got that appealed, overturned, so he did keep his 3rd place, so his podium, which was his 100th in the sport, so a fantastic achievement for him. Ireland obviously sealed the Six Nations over the weekend as well. Fantastic result for them. Leon Edwards, the guy from Birmingham, and still the UFC champion. Brilliant fight in UFC over the weekend as well. So love to hear your comments on that if you do watch it. We have got a couple of events coming up soon. I think Anthony Joshua is in action next weekend, not this coming weekend, weekend after. So it'll be interesting to see which version of Anthony Joshua turns up with that one, and the ongoing saga between Usyk and Fury, and agreeing everything that they need to agree with. Their contract is still ongoing, so yeah, but we've got some real exciting bits and pieces of sport coming up. Now, as it was Mother's Day yesterday, I mentioned it briefly at the beginning of the video. The King Charles has shared a photo of him and his mother to celebrate the first Mother's Day without the Queen. It's a photo of when he was a very small child. It's really cute picture, and just kind of really humbling and just kind of throwing back to all those memories that we were all seeing, all the photos and everything of her last year when she sadly passed. So if you haven't seen it, go and have a look at that. Now, in Singapore, 6 penguins have been the first in the world to have cataracts operations. Wow. So yeah, each penguin underwent an operation which lasted around 2.5 hours each, but they are a success and they have now gone into their recovery, and they seem to be doing very well. So yeah, absolutely remarkable stuff that people can do nowadays with the advancements of technology and sort of healthcare and everything that we've got at our disposal. In Menindee, I think it is, in New South Wales, Australia, the result of a heat wave out there has resulted in, and it is disgusting personally, and when I saw the pictures with the article, it was just wow, but has resulted in millions and millions of fish being dying because of the heat, and kind of just floating to the top of this river, and it is just, it's like something out of some kind of zombie apocalypse or something. Go and check it out and have a look at that. But yeah, it's unreal. A 90-year-old becomes a father of 3. It is a 90-year-old radiated tortoise. So it's not a human that's become the father of three. It's a 90-year-old radiated tortoise, which are critically endangered apparently, but has become the father of three. So that's fantastic news for that endangered animal. Three new additions to that species, so we can hopefully encourage that. And the zoo are really happy that they've got those to carry on the repopulation, hopefully, if they can, in some ways. There is a polar explorer called Eric Larson, who has had colon cancer. He was the first explorer to explore the North Pole, South Pole, and Everest all in the same year, which is just remarkable in itself, and mind-blowing, and something that I could never ever see me doing, if I'm honest. Any one of those, if I'm honest. I'm not a person that likes the cold, first of all. Not least the dangers that are presented, but yeah, I'm really, hats off to him. But yeah, so he has had colon cancer, and has decided that he is heading back to the North Pole, and yeah, he's back out there exploring. So really fantastic achievement by him. And I don't know whether you saw this, but the image of this particular article went viral, and I've seen it on a couple of different platforms now, but it's regarding two pilots for a private Indian airline that have been grounded, so they can't fly anymore. They've effectively been banned after they photographed in the cockpit on a control panel some cups of tea and samosas that they were eating whilst travelling at 37,000 feet. What do people think these days? I really don't get it. Yes, it's all well and good sharing it with your sort of family and friends or whatever, but not when you're responsible for a plane travelling at 37,000 feet. That is just unbelievable. Now, the tables have turned. Yes, they have, because vinyl has made a comeback. So since 1987, CDs obviously became a big part of how people purchase music, and for the first time since 1987, the purchase of vinyl has outperformed CDs. So in the US, so 41 million records were purchased last year, and only 33 million purchased CDs. So that is a huge difference, and just to go to show the revival of vinyl is here. Do you have vinyl? Are you a music buff? Do you like to listen to the sounds of vinyl, or are you a CD or a streaming person? I'd love to hear again what your thoughts are. So that is all for the news and sport this week. So on to the property stats. What are we on? We're on nearly 9 minutes. So we're doing good for time. So in ST16 this week, there have been 14 new listings. 11 have sold or under offer, and 5 price reductions in the ST16 area. For sale, the most expensive house for sale currently in ST16, or not currently, but over the last week, was on Heath Drive, £370,000, and is on the market with Durish and Day. And the most expensive that sold last week was up at £300,000, was on the Stone Road, and was marketed by Butters John B. So they've secured a sale on that, so great work to them. Moving on to ST17, we had, what have we got? 14, so identical number in ST17. So 14 new properties come to the market last week. 16 16 properties have gone sold or under offer in ST16, and 7 price reductions in your ST17 area. The most expensive house that sold last week, 5-bed detached property on Pool Lane in Brockton. What price was it marketed at? It was £725,000. And Dorish and Day have secured a sale at this stage on that one. So what a property somebody is buying there. And the most expensive that came to the market last week was Hunter's Ride, which is a 5-bed detached property on the market by Connells, and that is on for £400,000. And last but by no means least, we've got ST18. And in ST18, we had 7 new listings last week, 5 properties marked sold subject to contract or under offer, and 1 property price reduction, which is it's a good performing area at the moment. ST18, it's obviously the outlying areas really that people are wanting to look at, little villages, that kind of stuff. So, and the most expensive one that came to the market for sale is in Gayton. It's a 4-bed detached property. It's on the market at £675,000, and that's on the market with Purple Bricks. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that one, with obviously everything that they're going through at the moment. The most expensive property that had sold last week, and this is an amazing property. I've looked at this one a couple of times actually. It is on Main Road in Little Haywood, and it's a property that's marketed or was marketed at £795,000. It is now marked sold subject to contract, and it was on the market with Fisher German. So brilliant property that they've just sold, and somebody's going to get an absolute gorgeous house when that one all goes through. So this has been your review of the week. Hopefully next week's will have a slightly different feel to it. We're going to try and film it on the Sunday rather than first thing in the Monday, just to give you a little bit more to look at rather than just this. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I will see you throughout with updates with what we're doing. Take care, and I'll see you soon.